Hi guys, Big Mon D here, and I have another OP combos video for you.
Very well.
This one is based on using certain items that stack well together to increase your resistance, and using certain spells that stack well together to increase your resistance.
Onward.
Now, what
Your
you'll
middle
notice with this
tower is
team
under
is
attack.
every member of the team has some function of staying alive on their own. So Razor
Your middle tower is
has
under attack.
unstable current, which
Better put those sparks
applies
out.
a slow and damage to anyone who attacks him. Huskar gains stacks of Berserker's blood, which increases his attack speed and magic resistance. Juggernaut has the healing ward, of course. Omni Knight's got frickin' everything. He's got his own heal, he's got repel, he's got the degen aura to slow attack speed and movement speed, and he's got his ult to make everyone immune to physical damage. Dazzle has got his shallow grave to keep one person alive, and he's got his weave, which is going to reduce the enemy team's armor and increase our team's armor. Now what we're combining all of this with is an Assault Curious. Now the reason we're picking that up is for the bonus armor. We'll see why in a sec. On Huskar we're picking up the Shiva's Guard for the attack aura attack slow. On Omni Knight we're picking up a mech for the HP regen and for its arm and for its active armor and its active's heal, mostly for the active's armor. The Crimson Guard we're picking up on Omni Knight. Again, we just want to make Omni a bit tanky, but we're picking that up for its active ability, the 100% chance to block 50 damage from every incoming attack, 2 armor, and that's going to last 9 seconds. We've got the Pipe on Omni. Again, it gives us some fantastic regeneration, and the 400 spell damage block is really good, and again we're trying to make Omni Knight quite tanky. And Dazzle, we've got the Vlads. Now this isn't the best team for Vlads because we've got 3 ranged heroes in it, so you might want to try this with a slightly different setup. But the point being,
The enemy's top tower's gone down in
has some way
flames.
of staying alive. The reason we've got a Vlads mainly is because it gives aura bonus armor. If I drop Huskar's items for a second, and I get the other one to attack
With all my will.
what you see is from these items already,
At once.
we already have quite a good health regen. Even though I've put no other items on Huskar himself, he's already got a 10.7 health regen, and because that's all from auras, the entire team has 10.7 health regen, regardless of their other items, because of course normally in a fight you would have your own items here anyway. If we look at the other Huskars, it's only 5 point, even with hearts. Let's drop the hearts. So without hearts it's only 2.9. So frankly pathetic. It's
I'll give
virtually
it my
nothing.
all.
And that, you might not think that's a lot, but if a fight goes on for 10 seconds, that's another 100 health. That's effectively another 100 health you've got over the enemy. And that's assuming you were both even Stevens. I mean, it's why I've put 2 teams here that are identical, to see how the items do make a big difference. Now, you'll notice if I I'll use Omni for this because he has no items himself that grant the armor and all the auras. If I tell them
mine. Your
to
death
attack each other, because of the difference, look at the difference all the auras make. And this is without using any of the active abilities. I mean, these are both quite tanky, but still look. I'm taking hardly any damage.
It's an honor.
So you look at the difference that made. I've taken about 800 health off, and nearly 4k the other way round. And that's just because of all these auras. Because all these auras, each one enhances the next one. Meaning, that if we look at our armour on Juggernaut, we've got 58% physical damage resistance and 25% magic. If we look on this one, we've got 34% physical damage resistance. So straight away, green team are doing a lot more damage. A lot more damage. And that goes for every single person on this team. We've got 66% resistance on this side and 15% on this side. So you can see how these guys, all these auras make a big difference. Plus we've also got the Vlads from the lifesteal. If I take a look at the combat log,
Death dealer. Very well.
do a bit of fighting.
Yeah. Onward.
Oh, Juggernaut. Okay, Juggernaut hits Juggernaut. Vladimir's offering heals Juggernaut for 31 health. That's every time he's been hit, and these guys aren't even hitting particularly hard at the minute because they've got no decent items. So that's 31 every time he's hitting. He's hitting. So it's about 50 health a second, and again, so these guys are getting a total of about. Juggernaut, for example, is getting about 60 health per second just from fighting. And this is without using any of the abilities. Now, if we use all their abilities, I'm going to have to do this rapidly. This is going to be really difficult to do. But if we put the healing ward down and weave,
What coward runs and face me?
Your bottom tower is burning.
You see how much of a big difference this makes? I'm still on full health.
Your bottom tower
That
is on
just
fire.
ridiculous. Even if I put this Juggernaut's healing ward down.
A quickening.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Right, let's forget the healing ward for the moment.
I fight. Run if you can. I'll risk it.
Your bottom tower is on fire.
Back of the old man.
Okay, so
Your bottom tower is under attack.
you see how much it takes to take down someone who's got all this stacked on. If I refresh that, and we get everybody to
Your
attack
bottom
Juggernaut,
tower is under attack.
we get Juggernaut to attack
Doesn't
back.
bother me if it all burns
More
down.
We'll see if we can see how long we can keep him alive before he dies. I'm not even
Your
using
top tower
Omni
is under
Guardian
attack.
Angel yet. If I were to use Guardian Angel,
Great Guardian, watch over us.
Then there were none. You should be honored.
Your top tower
okay,
is
so I think
on
I've made my
fire.
point here. So even without any decent items, by combining all these different
Swiftly now.
resistances, we basically give our team longevity in a fight. We make it really difficult to really difficult to kill them off. I mean, as I say, this is without even using them all properly. We're not even activated most of them. And red team
Scouting
here,
the way.
the dire side,
Shadow
they just
to shadow.
can't touch
Time
it.
is short.
If we were to combine this with some of the characters' own heavy and big items, they're going to be pretty much unstoppable. I mean, they already are pretty much unstoppable. You can see in that fight, even 5-on-1, they cannot kill Juggernaut just by using all these auras and all these active abilities. They cannot kill Juggernaut, and that's 5-on-1. And that's while these guys are standing doing nothing. And we've even got Husko, who's got a decent damage output himself. He's sitting there doing nothing. I mean, we could have used Inner Vitality, and that's another way of healing him back up to full health. You know, without this side having any of the aura items that the Radiant side has, they just can't compete. The armor gap is just too significant. Basically, it makes it so your entire team cannot take significant damage. No matter what you do, they can't take significant damage. You may see some games where axes quite often pick up the Crimson Guard, and as long as the Crimson Guard is active, your right clicks do hardly anything to the other team. And what we're doing with this setup is that we're stacking multiple items that have the same effect by adding bonus resistance either to magic or to physical damage, and we're stacking those resistances to a point where it's really, really difficult to do any damage to our team at all. And once we've done that, we've got heals as well. So it's really, really difficult to take this team down. Now they're going to have slightly less damage output, but still, my money would be on the Radiant in this. Guys, if you get a chance to do a 10-man, a 5v5, and try this out, I would really appreciate feedback on how this goes. But I would seriously say my money would be on the team that gets all these survivability items, these team survivability items. Of course, there are survivability items that are just for you, like the Ghost Scepter, the Ethereal Blade, the Ghost Scepter. They're good for you, but these items will keep you alive, keep your entire team alive. And by stacking these bonuses, we make it every single person on this team becomes really difficult to kill.
Indeed.
Let's just try this with Dazzle. One last thing before we go. Let's get everyone to attack Dazzle.
We fight, bringing the pain.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
So even like that, Dazzle, even Dazzle is gonna take out. Dazzle's gonna win this fight, basically. He's not even being touched, and that's a squishy support. Okay, he's not quite squishy because I'm taking my heart, but you see what I mean? How this becomes ridiculous. So guys, I'd appreciate your feedback. Try this out. Let me know. I would imagine if you have a setup like this and you get your entire team, each of them picks up a different item. You make sure that the item complements the character as well. Like in this case, we'll give the Assault Curious to Razor, and the only reason we've given that is to try and make him a bit more tanky, so that our nuke can survive longer, because he's the only nuke we've got. Well, the only real decent nuke we've got. We've given the Shiva's Guard to Huskar because he's our initiator. He's going to be the one diving in and firing off on the whole enemy team. We've given nothing to Juggernaut. He naturally just has his healing ward. Omni Knight, we've gave 3 of the items. Now the reason for this is Omni Knight's degen aura works best when he's in the middle of a fight, but as a support that can be quite difficult. So by giving him these items,
Advancing.
we make him really, really tanky. And in fact, he wouldn't normally have a heart or a Sanjinyashi, so I'll just drop those for a second. So even as a support, he's got 2k health. I could probably pick up another couple of items on him, but this allows him to run straight into the middle of the battle, make sure he keeps his degen aura on everyone. He needs that extra health from the Crimson Guard, but he's also going to be in a position to watch the fight, so he can pick the best moment to pop off the Crimson Guard and his pipe and the mech for the heal. And don't underestimate the extra armor you get from the mechanism. It's really useful to have that extra 2 armor in a fight. Some people wait until everyone's about dead in a fight. You really shouldn't do that. You should wait until ideally you want all of your team to have lost 250 health, and then you pop the mech. And that way you're going to reduce the amount of damage your team takes as well. But then we've also got the let's say we've put the Vlads on Dazzle on this team purely because everyone else is busy spending the money on other things. You want Huskar to be picking up damage items. You want Juggernaut to be picking up damage items. You want Omni Knight has already got 3 quite significant items to pick up. So we thought that you just put that on Dazzle. He's just, you know, last man. If you had maybe Witch Doctor,
Your top tower is under attack.
That would be you'd put it on him. But we could stack some other big lifesteal items on the carries here as well, and you can see it's already really hard to get to lower the health. You put say a Satanic on this Juggernaut, or the Satanic on the Husker. He's already ridiculously hard to kill. They're going to be unstoppable. Even without damage output, they're just going to be unkillable. So basically by adding lifesteal, healing and regeneration, and reducing the amount of damage they take, what we do is we make the regeneration equal to the amount of damage they take. So they just can't be killed. And this team just cannot be killed. Obviously, if you get enough farm on the enemy team, you can kill them eventually. But it'd take a lot to kill this team, and a lot of focus, a lot of nukes, and a lot of big damage.
Your bottom tower is
on
burning.
the enemy carry. So guys, please let me know how you get on. Hope you found this useful and enjoyed the video. I will see you all soon. Bye.
Your